Fortnite's new DC Summer update is finally here. With it comes new sprites, DC-themed items and skins, and a Batcave POI. There's also a lot of other changes to talk about, so let's get right into it. Alright, now with this update, we actually have a decent amount to discuss. We've got some weapon changes, some new sprites added to the game, a new rift anomaly, and some other little changes as well. Now, let's begin by talking about Fortnite's new sprites. Fortnite has now added the Batman sprite, or the Bat sprite, I don't know which it's called, the 7 sprite, and the grand return of the Air sprite. For anyone who remembers the Air sprite from Chapter 6, you'll know that it was pretty trash. However, from what I've seen, it actually looks like they might have fixed it. The Air sprite now gives you an increased speed while sprinting, and a higher jump. Essentially making it worth carrying now since it is a better form of mobility. So that is a W right there. Now as for the other sprites, the Batman sprite, in my opinion, is probably... What in the world is this? Sprinting for a short time makes your slide destructive. Slide kicking enemies increases rate of fire and reload speed. Okay. Alright, so anyways, the Batman sprite, I think, might be one of the weaker sprites, at least in zero build, because we already have the ability to redeploy our gliders when we jump off of cliffs. And the Batman sprite gives you the ability to redeploy a Batcape, which gives you a slight boost in the air. I don't know if that's worth it or not. It's probably broken in build mode, but at least in zero build, I don't think it'll be as useful. Ooh, Galaxy Ghost. Do I have this yet? I do. Okay. I'll hold on to it, though. And lastly, we have the 7 sprite. Now, if anyone remembers back in Chapter 6, Season 3, we had a visor that could essentially track your opponent's footsteps. Not like visual sound effects, like on the ground. You could see your opponent's footsteps, essentially telling you where they were. Now, apparently this sprite is pretty similar to that, except the visor had a cooldown, so I'm not sure if this will or will not have a cooldown. I imagine it would, otherwise it would be kind of broken. So that sprite could be broken, or it could just be a weak sprite as well. There also are a few new sprite variants that are coming, all 4 of these new sprites, including a new variant that will be coming next week, called the Cube variant. I'm not sure what exactly the Cube variant is gonna do, but it should be pretty cool. While we're on the topic of weapons, Fortnite added a few new weapons to the game, including an SMG, a sniper, actually 2 snipers, because the long-awaited trick shotgun from the Chapter 7 Season 3 trailer is finally in the game, and it looks pretty broken. I believe there's a person in here. Yep. Those are the only weapons changes I'm aware of. So if there's any others that I missed, put them down in the comments below. Now let's talk about the DC event. So the DC event that's going on currently has brought a Batman skin that actually looks pretty sick in my opinion, and a few other skins DC themed to the game, as well as some DC themed items like the grapnel gun, which has apparently been in Fortnite before, but I have never tried it previously. If it's anything like the Robin glider from last chapter, then it will be pretty OP. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, and he had the new 7 sprite. I am 5 HP and I have no heals. The sweats are out today. Holy cow. Alright, I'm gonna heal up here. So back to the DC event, we also have a flying off-road Batmobile, which I have yet to try, but I've seen other players using it and it looks sick. Essentially, if you're flying off a cliff like that over there, you can deploy wings and glide farther in the air. So it's basically glider redeploy, but in a car. Now, let's talk about what I think is the biggest change that came with this update, and that is, for the first time ever in Fortnite history, you can now win a game of Battle Royale without being the last player standing. A battle bus will spawn in, and the players that reach it will have the option to extract and win the game without being the last player standing. Ooh, wait, this is sick. So can I just jump with this? Let me just go off the cliff, see what happens. Oh, that's so sick. I can't control, like, where I'm going. I can turn slightly left or right, but I can't go up or down. Let's try going off a high cliff right here. Yo, wait, this is sick. Yeah, that's so cool. I've got a little bit of Fortnite competitive news I need to talk about real quickly, and that is that Shock Rocks have been officially vaulted from competitive. Now, I'm not sure why Shock Rocks were in competitive to begin with. That seems like something competitive players would complain about on social media, which is probably why they have now been removed. I personally am not a competitive player, so I haven't seen this change for myself. But I'm sure a lot of competitive players are very happy right now. And last but not least, I need to mention that we are now officially a little over halfway through Chapter 7, Season 3. Which is crazy to think about because I feel like this season just started. I know we still have a good month left, but overall, I usually don't enjoy Fortnite summer seasons at all. I don't think I've ever played a good summer season, so having a fun summer season has definitely been refreshing as a Fortnite player. That begs some questions though. For Season 4, will sprites still be a thing? This is a debate among many Fortnite players, including me and a couple of my friends. We've talked about it. I personally think that sprites will not be in next season, but from now on, Fortnite is going to have some sort of mechanic to essentially keep players wanting to play aside from winning, because winning nowadays doesn't really mean much, in my opinion. And I think a lot of players actually feel the same way. But there have been some rumors floating around apparently that next season could possibly be Gaming Legends themed, which would explain the Sonic collab leaks and Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, but I know a lot of people like it. What would you be interested in seeing for Chapter 7 Season 4? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know down in the comment section below what y'all thought of Fortnite's second summer update. And if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. It would really mean a lot to me. With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.